Good morning, everyone. We're recording this on June 22nd. As you can see from the screen, we have a few guests with us here today. We'll go around the table. Young man, what's your name?
AJ.
Kenny.
Jace.
I'm Joe Hendrigsman.
I'm Cruz Cunningham.
I'm Caleb Hendrigsman.
And I'm Alex Cunningham. So Joe and Caleb, same last name?
Yes, sir.
I can see some resemblance there, right? You share some genetics?
Right. Yes, sir.
And Joe, why are you with us today?
Well, we are missionaries in Oaxaca, Mexico, and we're taking a short furlough and just wanted to come and visit one of our favorite churches.
We have supported the Hendrigsmans, I think, their entire time on the field in Oaxaca. We got to pick them up as missionaries while they were on their original debutation, and they're near and dear. Jace, you've spent some time in Oaxaca, is that true? Yeah?
Yes, he did.
Do you speak Oaxacan?
Well, see.
All right. There we go. You know a Oaxacan word, AJ.
Huh?
Yeah. All right, so the Welcome Baptist crew, a lot of us had a big few days. We just spent some time at the June in Olde Williamsburg Festival. Williamsburg's the little town down on the river, and that's their street festival. So we were there Thursday night, Friday night, and all day Saturday. We were face painting, and when I say we, I mean not me,
The girls.
the girls. So
Emotional support.
Angie probably painted 100 faces, if not more. So long story short, when you have a street festival, if you say free face painting, you will have customers. Sometimes I think I saw some faces half a dozen times.
About 12 different.
It was a lot of work. We had to put horse mats down because it had rained right before we got there.
Oh, wow.
So we literally had rubber mats because we were in a soggy spot. Tents, sweat. It was a ton of work, but we were all pretty fired up last night because we found out as the fireworks were commencing, a young lady accepted Christ.
Amen.
So we just we're calling that worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We when we started this, the idea, our theme, strangers into friends, this was a premium chance for us to see a lot of faces and talk to a lot of people. And we did the parade. We think we handed out about 700 flyers, but we didn't just chuck them into the crowd. Folks walked along and passed those out directly and said, come to our pig roast next week. That's our friend day. So we were excited. So we had 1,000 of those. And what I said last week during announcements was, if we can just get 1% of that 1,000 to take action, that'd be 10 visitors, which would be more than we've had as pure visitors. And if just 10% of that 1% will get saved, that'd be one soul. So we got that one, and I'm convinced there's still going to be more. So I'm fired up about that. Anybody else have anything exciting from this week? Kenny, you look like you're teaming. What did you do exciting this week, Kenny Heflin?
I got back from Florida on Tuesday.
And what was the best part of Florida? We showed your video last week. You ate some good seafood.
Probably that, yeah.
Seafood was your favorite part. The best seafood dish you ate was?
Probably the calamari the first night. It was
Calamari. Fried or grilled, fresh?
It was fresh, but it was fried.
Fried calamari. All right. Jace, best part of your week was?
I think seeing Cruz hand out a hog roast flyer to a vegan.
Oh, that's good. Your response should have been, there'll be coleslaw.
She said, no, I'll hand this out to somebody else.
Okay. That's good. AJ?
Probably seeing that girl get saved.
That's pretty awesome. What you got, Cruz? Best part of your week was?
Either going boating or watching a whole group of boys just get Batman face painting. But not one of them. One of them decided that they did not want to be Batman.
There were a lot of young men that chose the Batman face paint. All right, Caleb, you're up. What's been the best part of your week other than seeing me?
Oh, wow. That is a highlight for sure.
Very much so.
Probably picking up Joe.
Picking up Joe. There you go.
Yeah.
Did you side of the road, or where'd you pick him up?
Side of the road.
Side of the road. All right. What a coincidence. And Joe,
Yeah.
best part of your week?
The best part of my week was finally getting here into town after a 2-week delay.
I heard it was an ordeal.
It was a great ordeal. We flew from Mexico to Bangor, Maine.
That's the most direct route from Mexico to the U.S. for sure.
It was crazy. And so I got off the airplane and went straight to the hospital
Okay.
and had appendicitis, so I had an appendectomy.
That was poor timing.
Very poor timing. So the whole family vacation I spent in the hospital.
Okay.
And then got out of the hospital, had to stay in a motel. We were scheduled to arrive here on Thursday, so we were at the airport for 12 hours and ended up canceling our flights. And so I had to go back to a hotel for 2 more nights and finally got into town yesterday late afternoon.
What a debacle. That's
It
a
was-
lot.
It was crazy.
Maine is a beautiful state, but I don't know if hospitals and motels in Maine are that
Yeah,
great.
No, they weren't that great, so I have no desire to go back.
Would you rather have appendicitis in Bangor, Maine, or Oaxaca, Mexico?
100% in Bangor, Maine.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
so
then
thank
in
the
that
Lord.
in that capacity, we'll consider that to be a
Yes.
blessing.
Yes, amen. Amen.
All right. Well, good. We're glad you're here. So we are hitting the book of Proverbs. We are in chapter number 10.
Clockwise or NASCAR?
Let's go NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Left turn.
We'll go NASCAR. 32 verses. So let's just do 16 of them. Right? That's half of 32, I think. Homeschool. Is that right? Let's start with a verse each. Jace, you lead us off.
All right.
Verse 10, or chapter 10, verse 1. Go for it, Jace.
The Proverbs of Solomon: A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother.
Go ahead, Kenny. We'll just do a verse each.
Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death.
The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked.
He becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame.
Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot.
The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall.
He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that preferreth his ways shall be known.
He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall.
The mouth of the righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins.
In the lips of him that hath understanding wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him, and that is void of understanding.
Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction.
The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty.
The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin.
All right, 16 verses from Proverbs. What did anybody have one that jumped out that they want to pick first?
10.
Cruz, you want to go to verse 10.
What
All
is
right, read it.
what is he
Well,
that
read the verse first. You know the rules.
he that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall.
All right, why did you pick verse 10?
What does it mean, he that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow?
Well, I was going to pick this one. Have you, so you guys know me pretty well. From time to time, I don't mind stirring things up. This morning, so for current events, the U.S. dropped some large bombs in Iran yesterday. AJ's very interested in world events. So I decided, I didn't give the wink, but I turned the TV on this morning to a news station, and AJ normally would pick Fox News, and I decided to have a little fun, and I put it on MSNBC. And so there was the press conference, he was watching that, and then it goes to the commentary portion, and you go to the news desk, and it lasted about 1 minute, and I finally heard it, and I heard, "What is this?" And AJ realized he had been had. And Cruz, you knew what was up. I basically gave you the winking eye, like, so He that winketh with the eye causes sorrow. This is the type that in their dealings they're doing their dealings with honoriness, not with the best of intentions. I didn't pick MSNBC because I wanted to get great information. I picked it because I wanted to wind up AJ, and it worked, and I caused him some sorrow, right? Joe, you got anything else you want to add to this first? Any commentary?
No, I think if a person is consistently like that, it just causes problems all the way around. You know, we have to be serious. Not all the time. There are always time for fun and games and fooling around. But if that's our lifestyle, man, we're in trouble.
If you do your daily business
With a winking eye.
with a winking eye, there's people that do their. Let's look at. My mom has fallen susceptible to Microsoft, quote unquote, a few different times. Is that cat in India that is from Microsoft doing business in an honest way? He's
Likely
doing
not.
business with a winking eye,
Yeah.
right? If you're living life crooked, you're causing sorrow. Fair? Does that make sense to you? All right. Who do you want to go next? You volunteered first. Who's up next?
I think Jace.
Jace, what verse are you going to?
Ooh, I think 7.
Verse 7.
The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot.
All right. Why did you pick that verse?
I was kind of reading through the chapter, and I just asked myself, am I someone that people want to remember, or am I someone that people want to run away from?
Like honoring your
Yeah.
father's name.
Building a good name for
What does it
yourself
mean, a
and your
good
family.
name? Are you going to change your name from Jace Tripp?
No. A good reputation, kind of.
If you speak with someone and you say that your last name is Tripp, if you're in an independent Baptist church in the Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina region, and you introduce yourself as Jace Tripp, what's going to happen?
Are you related to Jack Tripp?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing.
It is?
Hmm.
I think so too. So the memory of the just is blessed. The name of the wicked shall rot. So I did a eulogy for my mother-in-law. This has been 2019. She was not at all, she didn't hide her feelings for folks very well. And sometimes if you mentioned, there were a few relatives that she just wasn't a fan of, and if they walked into the room, I would hear this sound of, You would say, whatever name, it was a groan because their name was rotten to her. And the name of the wicked shall rot. It makes her want to, and if you're not lit, that's what you become to God. If your name is tarnished, it's rot. It's disgusting. It's a vulture on the side of the road.
Did she feel that way about you?
No, she liked me. I did her eulogy cruise. I mean, come on. Who's next, Jace?
AJ.
AJ's next. Where are we going?
14.
14.
Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction.
Why did you pick that?
Wise men lay up knowledge, like building a house. Like building a house, sort of, is what kind of came to my mind.
Okay.
Building up a foundation, and then when it says the mouth of the foolish is near destruction, kind of like reminds me of a wrecking ball on a crane knocking down a building that's already built, and I don't know, just destructive to people.
What's that one verse where like the tongue is the
Yeah,
steam
you
of the
can't
ship?
put words back in your mouth.
Yeah. A wrecking ball. If a wrecking ball shows up when you're in new construction, that's usually a problem, right? Either something is messed up or you've had a miscommunication. So a wise man lays up knowledge. That's good. Who's next?
Brother Joe.
Brother Joe, where are you going?
All right. We're going to verse number 16.
16. He picked the last one.
I heard everybody talking about, and the message will be about this a little bit this morning, of how much work went involved in your 3-day, 4-day outreach. But then it says, the labor of the righteous tendeth to life. There was a new life born
That's right.
as a result of the labor that you guys put in over the last several days. And so I like that verse because we as Christians need to be laboring so that somebody else can get life. You know, those of us that are saved, we have life, and it's our job to give that life, show that life to somebody else so that they too can have life. And it's not always easy.
No.
It's not easy painting 500 faces. And so yeah, that verse really jumped out at me this morning.
What I said to Brother Tripp last night before I left, so I left right before that young lady got saved. I think what we're going to have to pay attention to next is we did that event. We saw a young lady get saved, but she is a new life, right? And if you think about babies, or
Yeah.
we see the lambs,
You need
even
to help
fruit.
babies.
We need yes.
Yeah.
We need to help grow the plant.
Yes. If we just do that and then she gets saved, but we never take action beyond that, we need to tend to that life. Otherwise, that fruit will not really come to fruition. If you look at what fruit trees are, you see the berries that grow, but my dad has to put nets over top of his blueberries
All the
so they don't
birds.
get picked off before they get ready to go.
Pull the weeds.
So
And
it's
some
going to be
CDs.
critical for us to help see that life grow.
Yeah.
Joe, who's next?
Let's throw Caleb under the bus and see.
All right, Caleb. Where are you going, Caleb?
Verse 4.
Verse 4. All right.
He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
All right. Why'd you pick that one, Caleb?
I just feel like it's got a deeper meaning, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. I don't think that's necessarily talking about money, although it could be. I think you could be rich in a lot of ways in life, not just in money.
That's very good.
With who you have beside you, your family, the church that you go to, you can be rich in a lot of ways. And then, you become poor that dealeth with slack hand. If you slack off, you're not going to be as rich in life, money-wise as well. But, just
So this
spit
is
out.
this is Solomon saying, "Don't be a slacker."
Exactly.
Slackers.
Exactly.
Kenny, I think Caleb's picking you, right?
Yep.
Where you going?
I was gonna go verse 12.
Verse 12 for Kenny. You had 12 highlighted? I have 12 highlighted in my Bible as well. Hit us with it, Kenny.
Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins.
Why'd you pick that, Kenny?
I don't know. I just feel like it's important to just love everybody around you. If you are a nasty person, it's gonna only cause problems. If you don't if you just walk into a room with bad intentions or something, it's just not gonna go well for anyone. And just look out for people. Always be there for people.
Additionally, I'm glad that Christ
Louder.
died on the cross. I said, additionally, I'm glad that Christ died on the cross for my sins.
Thank you, off screen.
Thanks, Anthony.
She needs a mic.
Christ died on the cross for us. Yes. Hatred stirreth up strifes. Joe, enlighten these goofs. How would you define strifes?
Well, strife's just problems that are caused by our lack of understanding, consequences of our decisions. Obviously, if we're full of hatred, we're going to have a miserable life. Nothing's going to go well. Nothing's going to go smooth. It'll just be one problem after another. And it's interesting the Bible uses the word plural, strifes, instead of just one thing. It'll affect every area of your life.
If you think the world hates you and everybody's against you and you're having to battle with everything constantly, why is everybody's upset with me? These people are so stupid. They're all so dumb. In all likelihood, if you really look at that, the common denominator is likely you.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that's causing problems, guess what you're going to deal with? Problems. But if you're the type of person who leads with love and tries to make things right, more often than not, you're going to get returned with love, right?
Right.
All right, mine, we're going to go to verse number 5.
And Yep.
He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. It's June here in Ohio. Across the field is a cornfield. I think that the Stalls farm that field. They're a very large farming family in this area. If they pulled a combine into that field right now, would that make sense?
Not
No.
really.
No, it would be dumb, right? There's a time to harvest. There's a time to plant. It says, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son. Is that a summer field? No. What are they saying here? The time to harvest is when the fruit that you're harvesting is ready to go. Is it convenient to, at the times, if that corn is ready to pick in October and you say, yeah, but I scheduled a vacation, so we're going to go on vacation in early October.
Too bad.
They're going to say, no, we're not playing that game. So I picked this one because it deals with convenience. I'll pick on this festival again this weekend. Was that my idea of a good time to be there from noon to 10 yesterday?
It's 94
Likely
degree
not.
weather.
No, it was hot.
It was hot.
It was-
It was sticky. Did I want to sit on the side of a hill and
in the mud.
in the mud,
Sweat through your clothes.
sweat through my clothes,
With paint on your face.
and deciding, I'm just going to go ahead and dehydrate myself rather than have to use that porta potty? It's a hard no. But that's when the harvest was ready. And if we had not done that, if we went back and said, you know what, we'll do something else another time,
She wouldn't have gotten saved.
you wouldn't have gotten saved, right?
And we wouldn't have had 700 people
Yes. The
exposed.
harvest was there. We need to be ready to roll to take that harvest up. And it says that he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. So if you could have been there to do that and you said, I don't feel like it. It's just, I got other things I'd rather do, like wash my hair. What are you then?
A slacker.
A slacker. Joe, was it convenient? When you went to Oaxaca, did it make tremendous sense?
No, honestly, it didn't. Because you leave the comforts of America, man, and you go where there's no comforts at all.
Right.
Like this past week, when you have, excuse the grossness, you're vomiting and you have diarrhea and you have to be in an outhouse doing that. That's not pretty convenient at all.
That doesn't sound awesome at
That
all.
doesn't sound-
That might be worse than a portalet.
With trench.
Yes. and so, the key, I think, and this is a great verse, but it's just about being prepared with God, because we have to take time to prepare ourselves with Him, make sure everything is right there, but then to be ready to harvest. And so preparation, I think, is a key in that. And there's only so much you can prepare for, but if you're leaning upon God, leaning upon the Holy Spirit, He'll make up for the lack of preparedness as long as we've done our part to make things work.
I think that's a great way to wrap things up. We started preparing for that festival in February. We spent a whole afternoon here on Sunday getting the things ready to pass out. Brother Tripp and I recorded a video that we put on there with a QR code for how to trust. What's the big deal about Jesus? I mean, hours and hours have been spent. The girls did a whole Sunday where they learned how to paint the face. Like, none of us had ever done that
We
before.
had to get our faces painted.
Yes.
The preparation was there,
Poke
but
in the
we
eye.
could have done all that. It took the Lord to say, you know what, we're doing it. And that girl got convicted,
Yeah.
and we were there and ready to go. So the preparation to be ready to harvest is there. We shouldn't. When the corn's ready to pick, that's not the time to go buy your combine. You need to have that thing ready to go. And when the time comes for a soul to get saved, you need to be ready to answer that and turn a stranger into a friend. All right, anybody else have anything to add before we wrap it up? Going around the table
Don't
once.
invite a vegan to a hog.
Don't invite a vegan to a hog roast. That's it.
That's the title. That's the title.
A vegan hog roast. There we go. Would the Oaxacans enjoy a good hog roast? Do they play that game?
They do, except normally they'll roast a whole cow.
A whole cow.
Whole
Wow.
cow and make
that's a big
barbacoa,
one.
and it's phenomenal.
I'd be down with some barbacoa.
Yep, it's
So
phenomenal.
I'm an unapologetic. I'm a white boy, but man, I do love me some
Yes.
Mexican food. I can tell you that we can throw it down. So I'd be down with some barbacoa.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, Joe, thanks for being our guest.
Thank you,
This will
guys.
come out towards the end of July when this one will post, and we'll make sure to send you a link so that you can shed it around. I appreciate you guys being here. Kenny, relax. We'll see everybody next week. Turn yours off. Hit the stop button.
A vegan